Hey, it's Pete, GCI Turf. Hope you're doing good today. And this is going to be another video on our Keep Growing series where we're growing our company, growing yourself. Okay? Now, I apologize. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I put one of these out there, but man, I've been absolutely swamped. It's the biggest time of the year. We're going 100 mile an hour. So I'll try to do better and get one out about once a week moving forward. Now, I got a great reminder of something yesterday. We're out here in the yard, back here in the test plot, and the kids were out there playing kickball. There's 4, 5, 6, or 7 of them, and one of the neighbors from down the street, a little girl was playing, and you know, sometimes things it is what it is. And this little girl, she's not quite as athletic. Much smarter than anybody back there, but she's just not quite as athletic. So she didn't have quite the skill level that some of the other kids that have from an athletic standpoint. So one thing led to the other, and they picked on her. You know, said, "You can't do this. You can't kick it as far as I can. Or you're not as good as me." And the little girl took off down the road crying, and went to her mom, and her mom come back down here, and I was actually cutting the grass in the yard, and so I stopped what I was doing, went back there and found out what happened. It was my son, and then the brother to this little girl was the one picking on it. So we had a very stern word of prayer and got everybody on the right track. And but that reminded me of something that happened to me a long time ago. And to set the stage, so I haven't always been this same guy you're talking to right, or you're listening to right now. I started my business when I was 29. Okay, from the age of about 19 to 25, it was a very dark, evil time in my life. It was very corrupt. Any type of abuse that you could think of, I was involved in it. Selling drugs, doing drugs, alcohol, sexual immorality, you name it, I was there. I was one of the head honchos. I was really good at what I was doing at that time. Everybody knew me because of the way I acted. My reputation was there for this Billy Bad Boy type thing that just did not care about life, was going to do what he wanted, when he wanted to, and with who he wanted to do it with. Very aggressive toward people. So that you had to know that in order for me to tell you how this plays out. So I met a buddy of mine. It was a long-time friend of mine, knew me very well during that corrupt time period. But did not see me from my age of 25 until I was 29. Of course, around the age of 25 is when I really and truly said, "God, I'm yours. Jesus, I believe you are exactly who you say you are. My life belongs to you, Jesus, and I'm going to live it to honor and glorify you." And from that point on till now, which has been about almost 20 years, I'm a changed man because of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And so my life is different. Everything's different. I act different. I talk different. I speak different. Everything's different because of the forgiveness and the grace that I get through Jesus. So with all that said, you got this one guy over here, then a radical change, and you got this totally different guy. Same person, me, just a totally different person because of the salvation that Jesus offers. And so during that little time period where I made that change, this fella had not seen me. So he didn't know I was a different man. You know, the old things are made new. And he didn't realize that. And so we met one day and we were talking. "What's up, man?" You know, a little fist bump. Yeah, things going good. Yeah, blah, blah. He said, "Well, what are you doing these days?" I said, "Man, I'm starting a company. I'm going to start my own business." And I can remember this like it happened yesterday. He looked me right in the eye, and he went into an hysterical laugh. And he said, "Have you lost your mind? You can't run a company. You can't run a business. You'll never make money. You'll go broke." And I mean, my first instinct was to punch him in the mouth and knock him out clean cold and say, "Shut up." But I didn't. God's grace was on me. And so I was like, "Hey, man, yeah, I can do it. I can do it." And then that opened up some doors. I began to tell him about Jesus and how I'd changed and all that. He didn't want to hear it. That stuck with me for a long time. You know, and because that little girl got picked on yesterday, that's what kind of brought this up. He said, "Hey, you can't do it." You know, and it's not in business, but in life in general. You got people that'll tell you, "You can't do it. You're not good enough. You're not worthy. You don't deserve it. You're not smart enough." You see, I fit into all those little categories at a certain point in time in my life. That was me. No, I wasn't smart enough. I wasn't this, I wasn't that. But hard work, determination, persistence, effort, not being lazy, honoring your word, integrity, doing what you say you're going to do, quality versus quantity, and obviously the main thing is God's grace and God's hand being on my business. Obviously, that's the main reason I'm where I'm at now. But all these other things combined. The point of today's video: don't let nobody tell you you can't do something. You know what I'm saying? Think about Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, I think it was his freshman year in high school maybe. That joker didn't even make the basketball team. His coach said, "You're not good enough." And now look at him. Greatest player, arguably the greatest player to ever step foot on a basketball court. And I'm not there comparing me against Michael Jordan, because I'm not the greatest lawn care company that ever stepped foot on a yard. That's not me. But I am successful. Okay? God has blessed me immensely. He'll bless you as well. But don't ever, even if you're not a lawn care guy, not starting a business, if you're just a person and you're trying to get there in life, don't ever let nobody tell you you can't do it. God gave you this very unique, awesome brain that you can use to do things and figure things out, get things done. You can do it. I am living, breathing proof that I came from this life to where I'm at now. If I can do that, you can do it too. There's no doubt in my mind. I have confidence in you that you can knock it out of the park. Say, I hope you have a wonderful day today. I hope that God blesses your day. God blesses your company. God shows you favor in life. And man, just keep rolling on with it. And I'll see you next week when we talk about something else. Check you later.